Hi, peoples. My name is Carla Holland Strange. Well, it's now going to be Carla Holland. It's going back legally to my maiden name for now. Uh, I've had an interesting week. I mean, bad, good, all of the. My surgery gave me a little bit of trouble this week, and I know I sound like an. What can I say? I feel like, but I feel good too. When I moved, I ended up getting a different parole officer, not one that totally just went in to hate me right off the bat, but one that actually got to know me. And it's been awesome. It's like having a psychiatrist and a girlfriend that makes fun of your ass all the time, and someone that listens to your wild stories about little corrupt towns and believes you. Um, I have everything printed up and everything ready to go because she's just so eager for me to get this book going. I've written it before and I just wasn't satisfied because I ended up, I'm too emotionally invested in it. So I spend more time crying than I do getting things done. Now, I also told her about the water at the Hobby Unit, which is a maximum security prison for women in Marlin. The women have been bleeding out for years. And she looked at my records. She saw when the arrest started, when the harassment started. She also saw the videos I put on the YouTube channel showing that the dog tickets, the dog harassment, the general destruction of my life was ongoing. Now, once you have one woman to listen to you, one woman that is a cop, and then she brings another woman in who's helping me get my driver's license, by the way, uh, and she listens to you, and she talks about how disgusting, and I love hearing a cop call a cop disgusting because I like good cops and I hate bad cops. But when they read all, I was the first of 7 women. I came first, and I'm the only one that got no justice, and I was actually punished. Actually, no, the two deputies, the jailer and deputies that worked at the jail got no justice because they're. And sue me, Ricky. I don't care. I actually like you as a person, but I was in that jail and I saw what was going on. No, you wouldn't walk around with your pants hanging down or anything else. But y'all allowed those guys to jerk down our covers of our windows and watch us. And Chief Anderson was an honest woman. She was a good cop. She just wasn't going to put out to your ass. Maybe she had a little bit more respect for your wife than others have. I don't know. But those two women got no justice. Even if the other one was bending over your desk daily, you shouldn't hold a job over someone's head to get laid. The night West made me get in that car, I had no wants, no warrants. I wasn't afraid. I told him I have no warrants. I haven't done anything. But he still forced the issue with his badge. Now, you got to realize one thing about me that not a lot of people know except my family. I have been really hurt and raped before. In Alaska, I was raped right after my daughter was born because I had a rabbit fur coat on, and they kicked me over and over in a snowbank. And when I got home, My daughter's father told me that he would have rather they killed me than me be so tainted. That did not bother me as much as what West did. And West didn't bother me as much as what y'all did. No, Ricky, you were not. You were just a bailiff at the time. You were not part of that, but you are part of the long term situation. As long as you keep allowing it and you keep bringing sex into the workplace, it is not the place for, especially a jail. How are you going to gain the respect of the people that live in that town if you are always, and you can't depend on that 82nd district court judge forever. People are going to put those names together and see who is living and who's from where, who's got family where, and how many cases in Falls County gets dismissed in that court. And you know it. Just like all of you people that are washing that money through those nonprofits to make a little bit of extra money. The money that you wash will not be clean. It's coming from that water money that is disappearing. It's coming from all of the nice cartel meetings that was held there every month. It's blood on your hands. Nobody there had any respect for me. And that's fine. I don't care. Because if I had ballsed it up and actually seen men there, you would have got a lot better men in that town. Not Priscilla's passing disease and skank around. And I'm sorry, she's probably already dead. But the deal is, that town will continue to disintegrate until I have my justice. And I'm not touching any hand except putting the papers in people's hands. But those papers are not what makes every one of your cops, councilmen, everything decide that they have, their dick has a right over any woman it wants. I'm sorry, no. No means no. It will always mean no if a woman is unwilling. I don't care if she is Priscilla. She does not have to lay down with you men. I know y'all are small town, good old boys. And I know that y'all have run the roost ever since, what's his name was still pistol whipping his prisoners. But there's too many eyes on that little town now. So every time you step over a boundary, you're going to get some shit. Until I have my name cleared. And like I said, how did I jump bond when your mayor was right here buying my building for $2,000 because y'all cannot pay full price for nothing. You destroy a person, you take their land. And the land swindles that y'all keep, people might read about Marlon, let me tell you how they do it. Okay? When one of the elderly people passes away there and leaves an estate, they're right on it to put a judgment on the estate, or they send one of the illegals over there to buy it at the courthouse square. Now, I sat on auction day all day long. No one came out to auction anything off because they were going in and privately doing it on the scrub list. Now, Cole, Mr. Wyman, I know that you keep joining my Facebook to just tattle. Tattle, 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 tattle. What can I tell my mommy now? You can tell your mommy now that the page in that land book for County Road 331, County Road 406 in Lott, Texas, I think it's 500 and something. Where did it go? Where did it go? That was the acre of land I kept back that mysteriously joins the Weidman's property. And mysteriously, when I was signing a notarized paper at Johnson Title, I just happened to be in the hospital in Las Vegas, Nevada. So you tell me how my name got on notarized paper on the day that I happened to be in a Nevada hospital, signing over my land rights, my mineral rights, and that last acre that I was leaving my children. Tell me. As y'all probably already heard, I did file on Cody Cleveland for being a shit fucking lawyer. And if all goes well, maybe he'll be disbarred. Because after I file my suit, Cody, just in case you're watching, do you remember Sarah that was with me that day? The one, I'm going to get her taken care of too. And probably everybody that you have represented in the last 2-3 years. Because you were a bought man by your old boss. Didn't you think it was funny when Stan was sentencing me that you allowed old prune face to bring up my son's murder conviction during sentencing on me? Did you quiver at all when you come in there and told me that I was getting out? And when I told you and asked you about the paper I sent you firing you, you looked me square in the eye and said you never got that paper, which I kind of believe because Marlin jail held everybody's mail for probably about 6-7 weeks. Then all of a sudden, a big old bundle of over 200 letters went out. Y'all are so crooked. I don't know why the U.S. Postal Service hadn't come in on y'all yet, but maybe I'll do that next week, maybe. I was blessed yesterday. I spent 2 hours in my parole officer's office going through testing to go as low as you can go in supervision because I don't get in trouble. Only there did I get in trouble. And she and I talked, and we talked about everything. I mean, everything. She's the best shrink in the world. And she told me that fighting y'all was killing me, even though I was fighting for what was right. It's wearing me down and killing me. And I told her, carrying a felony that I never earned would kill me faster. And it's a heavier weight to bear. Just imagine people that you don't have a record. You got a $4.95 check on you. And if they'd ever had the balls to, or done their business, they would have actually gone back and looked like parole did and everybody else did. I had no record. To all of a sudden, in my 50s, get overwhelmed with code enforcement. And when you couldn't get me on code enforcements and setups, you threatened to hold me 3 more months until I go back to court unless I took the bail jumping, which I did. When it come down to handing y'all a fucking penny, there was no way in hell I could. Not after y'all's intelligent POs told me not to do. I couldn't do my YouTubes anymore. That's the First Amendment. Y'all really do need to learn the law before you put people out on the streets with the wrong knowledges. I want to vote. I want to vote. And STEM, I keep telling everybody that I saw good in you, but the corruption was just so ingrained in that town that I loved watching you in family court. I saw you really cared about those people. And I love your wife. She told me one day during one of her headaches, she told me, she said the town couldn't deal with me because they couldn't deal with a free spirit. I think at one point in time, Cecilia was a free spirit too, wasn't she? I saw it in her eyes. But y'all beat the shit out of it. Those headaches. Those headaches are y'all. I'm sorry, Cecilia, for saying this. During those headaches, when those insurance deductibles were not getting paid, that people were paying. Is that why the insurance business went down so fast? Couldn't pay out those life insurance and stuff like that. It's just conjecture. See, I'm learning the terms. Cecilia, I love you. Run, baby, run. The headaches go away. I still want one person in that area. You can be a sneaky snake or whatever you want to. I want y'all to find out if Ricky Skaman and my future ex-husband, Herbert Jeffrey Crow, are related. Google's up perfectly. Crow and Skaman all over the Google. All over. Plus the book that Jeff had dated back to 2013 with my old phone numbers on it, mine and mother's. I didn't know him then. Hadn't even been back to Dallas then. I just know that the corruption is far reaching anything we can even imagine. Gonzalez got 5 years probation for sexual assault, which I still, like I said, with Gonzalez, he was always nice to me. I mean, he wasn't like that. Oh, that's my baby. Yes, that's part of my strength. I am teetotally, unimaginably in love. Yep. And he drives me crazy. But it's good. And he's a lot younger than me. I mean, a lot younger. Most of Marla knows how close I was to Richard. Just imagine me and Richard together, except for he was straight. Oh my God. That's what I got with my baby. And I love him. Richard, I still love you. I miss you so bad. But you let that town part us. No Rosas could like the white witch, right? Couldn't have a dark witch and a white witch. Even My hair needs to be done. Anyway, I've talked enough. It is September 6th, 2019. My name is Carla Holland Strange. I did start a adult type film discussions again last night with a little bit of demonstration thrown in between. You know, my baby has to help me. We're both skinny as a rail. We look really good together. He's dark and I'm light. Marlon, I'm just waiting. Save your town. Get this justice straight. Get me my money that you took from me when you robbed me of my building, burned it, raped me, beat me, fucking everything. Just letting those girls beat me to nearly to death. It was $100,000. Because when Google Maps pulls up Marlin, Texas, there'll be a dirty, nasty cop's face that molested somebody in each one of the areas. Marlin, Rosebud, Falls County, everywhere. And in those other spots, I know where contaminated water is. I know where people just happen to just kill themselves. And it'll be in Google where it cannot be touched by any hacker family member you want to send at me this time. And I got your little faces to go with it. I still love that one of Ricky with the stripper. Your wife is lovely. I just don't understand men that doesn't understand what they got. An escort is better to see than all these random bitches y'all do. I don't understand you. I don't understand anybody that can't understand the necessity of escorts and sexologists and surrogates. And y'all are just idiots, really. You're just either waiting for someone to steal your husband or you're waiting for him to bring you home a disease. And it can happen. Now, Mr. Whiteman, go to that book and look. Cold to your mommy. And every time I boot your ass off my Facebook, it's usually because I know what you're doing. But when I bring you on to my Facebook after you come right back, it's either that or you just lust after this old woman's body. Either way, I'm in charge of my fucking Facebook and who sees it and what they see. And yeah, I know I still got all my sweet little enemies on there, but I don't give a shit. I really don't. Peace out. Many blessings. Massive orgasms when you can have them. Oh, and Jeff, did you see the picture I sent you? And he doesn't even have to put spyware on me. Oh, and by the way, I talked to Internal Affairs here in Dallas today. Better come up with some ideas about what happened to my car and my possessions. Because they are, and that certified letter you never let me have. You just thought I'd just give up and go away. I don't. You cost me so much. Thousands and thousands and thousands of hospital bills. Amy didn't get that damn birth certificate and Social Security. You and your girlfriend did. What are you going to do with it? I did write you yesterday and apologize to you. Or not really apologize. Thank you for taking me after parole. But you had a hidden agenda to it. Work me to death. Fuck me to death. Well, not fuck me to death. Use me to death. And then keep all my possessions. Narcissists are that way. And how does that girlfriend feel when she looks at your like Facebook pages and everything, and it's like my picture, my picture, my picture? Oh my god! I bet she loves that phone. He's got pictures I don't even have. I've never even seen of me. He got a new one last night. He hadn't seen the screening of the movie yet. He still won't give me my possessions. And just like what I said I was going to do with Google Maps, I'm going to do it all over. I'm going to do it all over. Over there, there'll be pictures galore right there of all that stockpile of weapons, all that trash, all that filth, all that every damn thing of pure decadence. I want my shit back, and I want you to pay those fucking hospital bills because I worked hard to get my credit back, and you're not taking it away from me. And by the way, tell your old skank hoe that her it's not really back page. It's called the list erotic listings, whatever. Those pictures are horrible. Let me put some of my good stuff on her face. She's saying she's like what 40. Mm-mm-mm. No, 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 no. And I'm not even jealous because I got me a 32-year-old hung boy that's not a boy to me. He actually carried me in yesterday like a damsel in distress. He totally loves me. Really loves me, Jeffrey. Not those fake words that always came out of your mouth. No. All those fake fucking lies. You are, in your own right, a genius of sorts, but a genius of craziness. The shit that you, that nastiness, nastiness, nastiness. Why? Why did your daddy go downhill so fast that month? Why? Those strawberry, we know you don't even go to the hospital. Strawberry shakes every day. You run up there and give him a shake. That's the only thing he'd eat is the shakes you brought him. Oh, and by the way, uh, you're having some little issues with your leg, huh? Blood sugar's crazy. So is the blood pressure. People, y'all ought to read his medication list. That's fake, by the way. He has so much ibuprofen on there and Vicodin and everything that none of this shit does he take. He uses it to fake out his work so he didn't have to go back to work. He's been out 3 years. He can go to fencing classes on Sunday for 5-6 hours, which it's funny because there are fencing classes for wheelchairs Saturday. Y'all can look it up. He just does it so he can go binge eat. But anyway, binge eat and fuck, I don't know. But I mean, the car was always full of wrappers and everything whenever he got home on Sundays. And all these, I lived with that man. He didn't take none of those pills. He just kept taking my stuff. What do you? And I know about the cross dressing, Jim, because women when they put their thigh highs back together, they don't tie them in knots. Only a man would, and they would not put a silk stocking with fishnet stocking and tie it in a knot. I know you were playing dress up with my fucking clothes and your mama's panties. You can sue me. I don't care. I don't got nothing. You made sure of that. But you're just like everybody else. You thought, give me that little money to move into the budget suite, and I'd be just fine. I am just fine. I'm moving away, and I can't believe I was stupid. People. It's so funny. You always, are you doing? How are you doing on money, Carla? You okay? No, Jeff, I'm not. I'm struggling. I'm struggling. I'm struggling. He said, well, I think I can help you. Do we have playtime? You're just a trick. You're a John. Playtime. When someone you love is struggling, the last thing you do is ask them for playtime. It never was play for me anyway. Playtime means two people have fun, huh? This is a never ending game with all of y'all because this is my therapy. And I can keep changing YouTubes and they will keep finding y'all. No matter what you do to the computers, no matter what you do, I will always find a way. And I will never give up. Now, people, if for some reason Carla ends up with bullet wounds, let me tell you, Jeffrey has a whole arsenal of guns, arsenal of ammo. Of course, we know Falls County. So whichever one comes, just go after both of them. Because I still think uh, they're built alike. I mean, that's kind of thing. And let me tell you, there's always an issue with a man that is so jealous of his sister that all he can do is belittle her weight when he is just as big as anybody and talk down about her being so lazy when he has to be the laziest person in the world. You work harder at staying off work than actually going to work and doing your job. But, oh, Google. You'll love it. Google Lockheed Martin. Let them know why I'm mad at their fucking company. Might be a good thing you don't go back to work. As Looney Tunes as you are with those guns, you sure as hell don't need to be building planes, do you? And if you're on the government watch list, like that Truth Finder said, then why in the hell did they still have you working? Even if that guy blew up in that car by himself, you were telling me about. Don't come over here. I'm packing tonight anyway. I got me a new place to go with my new baby. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. It's longer than I thought it would be, but I just had to get some of this out of my because I don't want Colton to come home to my moods over something I can't. You know, he did turn you into the Federal Trades Commission though for identity theft, stealing my stuff and applying for student loans. He helped me with all of that. IRS next till I get my everything back. I want my life back. I want these hospital bills paid. I want my credit good. And yes, I gotta go walk my dog.